Prior to us getting here, Courtney needed additional time. He learned a little bit differently. The tutor could see some gaps that kind of had been missed. He had a little difficulty with attention, and he's since then worked through that tremendously, not taking any kind of medication whatsoever. Like I said, he just kind of needed more time, and with reading, he just kind of wanted to go at his own pace. And as we all know, in a bigger classroom setting, that can be difficult for teachers to navigate through. So once we got here, the school really meets the child where they are and gives them the time that they need to complete the work, and kind of give them a very customized education plan, and that's exactly what we got here.
And we came to River City in a lot of ways like other parents come to River City. We ran out of options for our daughter. She did not fit into the public school special education system. She was getting left behind a lot. And so we started looking for alternatives. At first, we chose another school that specializes in special education, and she was there for 3 years. And although she did make some gains there, we just were not satisfied with her progress. We didn't feel that she was where she needed to be. So we came and we toured River City, and we were very impressed with the way that River City is able to differentiate the curriculum for each individual child on every grade level, so that they meet the child where they are, and then they bring them up to where they need to be.
We vetted prep schools for about a year. I went to every school trying to see where his needs would be met, but I didn't see the spiritual, the emotional, and the educational fulfillment that I felt that he would receive here. So it was always pulling me back to River City Christian School.
The way RCCS has impacted our family is we feel absolutely part of a family. It's not really a school.
Right.
We're part of a family, a large family now. The teachers, the staff, we don't even think of them as employees. These are their family members. And I know that my son feels the same way with the students that he has in his classroom, and his teachers. They're not teachers, they're parents. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. It's changed our lives, and I know it's changed Gaia's life. I don't see us ever going anywhere else.
First of all, if you have a child that has a slower processing speed, whether it's dyslexia or for some other diagnosis, Powerline is something that you should really look at, and that's something that this school, that's where they really invest time with your child. And Powerline focuses on the auditory and the visual processing of the child. And the reason that's so important is because if they can achieve success with auditory and visual processing, your child can learn. They're able to finally learn and retain the information. And then the second reason, like I said before, is the God-centered family atmosphere. These teachers love your kids. This is not an ordinary school. There hasn't been one teacher, not one, who ignores your child. They all have this feeling of warmth, and you can see it in their eyes. There's a special attention. They have golf for the kids. They have music. I'm sure that some of the extracurricular activities come and go, but this year they do have both of those, and there isn't even an extra charge.
The biggest thing that we've seen with Christopher, his improvement, really is having self-esteem. He was a very shy, and he's still a little, but he was very shy, really didn't talk in public school, the first 4 years of him being in public schools. And so his self-esteem and his ability to really connect with other students has been the biggest improvement we've seen with Christopher.
I believe when we have devotions in the morning, those kids love it. They love it. They love it. They love it. Especially even within the music department. I had gotten a chance with the administration that the kids love the music. They're learning. Those who they thought couldn't play the piano is playing the piano. Those who thought they couldn't play the saxophone is playing the saxophone, the guitar, and that's a great wealth.
And the most important thing that happened here to me is that I gave my life to Jesus Christ. And, this is the first time that I received Christ or heard about Christ being preached in a certain way. As far as me thinking that God was kind of a mean God waiting for me to mess up to punish me, versus a gracious God, that's willing to forgive me of all of my sins and help me through my life. And that's really what led me through my teenage years and helped me through my teenage years from not really messing up or getting caught up in the whole substance abuse or the scenery of the youth. I just kind of stayed away from all that, and it was all because of Jesus and what was preached here in the chapel services.
I feel like RCC is very different from other preschool programs or other programs in general, is because first of all, there's mature teachers who actually take their time and focus on whatever the individual child needs. For example, if the child needs a little bit more help with learning the sounds and letters, phonics, also, if they need even extra services, they allow them to come inside of the school, such as speech therapy, to actually work with the child individual, or even physical therapy, occupational therapy. They also have a nurse on site. So that is very important. The nurse communicates any kind of information to the parent, whether it's the child has an earache, whether the child fell. So there's a lot of communication going on in this school, and more one-on-one individualized program compared to other schools.
We were just anxious. I mean, he was making a transition from elementary school to junior high, and we started looking at a few schools, and it was a little bit discouraging based on some of the other schools that we had looked at, and they just did not meet his needs, and we just felt that he may not be as successful in those schools. So when we came here and we talked to Mr. Castillo and did the tour, and it just this place just felt like home for us, and we just thought it was the perfect opportunity for Trey.
The challenges I had were with reading. I read at a lower level, so the Powerline program really helped me get through to reading up my reading level.
We chose RCCS because my son was getting bullied at such a severe level that he developed an anxiety disorder on top of his ADHD. And River City welcomes kids with ADHD. Since coming to River City, my son states that he feels safe. He says, they really want me here, and I now have friends, and friends that don't bully me. And it just warms my heart that we have found our home for his high school education.
I just love seeing the students that wouldn't look you in the face, the student that had no idea what they could do are now saying, I can, here's what I'm gonna do. And also the parents, the dynamics of the family. I've had several families in this, you don't know what this has done for our family, just the change in our environment, our atmosphere, and so that's what I love about it. This is not just about finishing a book or making grades. It's about getting a person ready, a young person and a family that becomes contributing members of our community.